I want to go back to seniors and innovation. And I'm wondering, do you feel that innovation is a key component of being attuned to the evolutionary impulse?
Well, the evolutionary impulse compels us to give rise to that which is new, to that which doesn't exist yet. So it's reaching for the possible. It's about living on the edge of the possible and to striving to create the conditions in which that which is possible will emerge and come into being. So absolutely.
Yeah. So we look at our time in time and space right here in our era 2017, and if we go back 10, 20, 30 years, the level of innovation that has happened, do you think that tells us, is that some sort of showing that innovation, evolutionary impulse is awaking in this larger sense in cultural evolution?
Well, innovations. As it's been said, the capacity to innovate has slowly been gathering speed for millennia, and now it's escalating at proportions that are dramatic, and it's become exponential. So innovation has become exponential. And it's happening at this point so quickly that it's almost impossible for us to even keep up with it. It's gone like this, and now it's on a vertical curve, it seems. And so we're living in a very different time in history because of that, because things are changing so rapidly. I think we're in a time of change where it's very difficult to know how to actually relate to it, because the rate of change for so many reasons is creating an existential sense of radical instability. Even though in many ways our lives are becoming much more convenient, and so many things are so much easier to do, in so many other ways, at an existential and spiritual level, there's a sense of profound sense of disequilibrium. Because you remember in the past, if we had children, we'd have some sense of the world that they were going to be growing up in, and that their children would grow up in. But now, even if we had a child today, we can't even begin to imagine what the world that they'll be living in 50 years from now is like. So we're living in a very different time in history, which creates a lot of existential insecurity, reasonably and understandably, a lot of existential insecurity.
Yeah. And going back to Barbara Marx Hubbard again, she has the line that crises are evolutionary drivers. So it seems like,
well, they're evolutionary drivers, but they don't always have happy endings.
Well, this is true.
We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, and that's where, with the help of your teachings, your work, helping for people to have a roadmap and navigating through this complicated world that gets more perplexing at times, and finding that way.
The teaching should help people to orient themselves at an existential level. It won't necessarily give them the answers to the practical questions or the practical challenges, but as an existential and metaphysical orientation to this time of greater complexity and speed, it should help them very, very much.
Yeah.
Because what you want to do, what the teaching makes you want to do, is to get out on the very crest of the wave. You want to be there, versus recoiling because it's all too much.